Whoa, here I am. Hello. Yeah. Alright, so this is one of those videos just about how to do videos, or how we're arguing, or what the hell arguing is, or I don't know, conversation on YouTube, blah blah blah. Now there's no real point in me arguing this stuff because it's obviously just people with an agenda who bring this kind of crap up. But there's a lot of people who take advantage of it. Okay, I mean, I just responded to a Tool Time video, and his argument was basically, oh, that guy just is too outrageous, to respond to. He's beneath response because he called me a pussy or some other bullshit like that. And I came up with the Professor Anton video when I defended myself against the slander of, again, being called ultra-religious and all that implies, because I actually take logic to its conclusion. Oh, how religious of me. But this whole idea that this vessel, this human being, passionate human being in fact, that is required to convey the message, is somehow obligated to eviscerate itself of all those passions while it's doing this conversation thing, I think is bullshit. I mean, because the other side to this is I get all this critique from people like I'm a stone cold, hard, brutal, because I don't get all gushy and mushy and, worry about all these little sensibilities and politenesses and all the other bullshit. And so this is the joke here. My personality is not allowed to be my personality. Somehow it has to be this way for this class and that way for that class. And I just call bullshit on that whole idea. If we look at the, you look through history, lots of leaders, types, had plenty of passion. I mean, Hitler was foaming at the mouth. Martin Luther King was sweating and crying and beautifully, emotionally, with the way he articulated the phrases, some quiet, some loud. Ministers are a good example. All right, they start off, passive, and they build it up, and it's a friggin' shitstorm at the end. This is part of their technique. All right. Now I'm not doing it as a technique. I'm just sincerely. I don't bother wasting my time talking about shit that doesn't matter. So the shit I'm talking about usually matters. And it usually has associated with it all kinds of harsh and brutal imagery. You can't talk about being a vegetarian and cruelty to animals without images cycling through your head, images that you've been exposed to that represent that horror. And the anger builds in you, the passion builds in you, the frustration builds in you. And it's going to be part of how you articulate your argument, because you're going to be damn angry at this waste, at this nonsense. Again, if you're going to be arguing with some, 5th grade education, Bible-banging, slave-owning, animal-abusing lunatic, of the past, who beat his wife, what, do you really think you're going to be able to just sit there and, well, sir, I think what you're doing seems a little bit over the edge. Yes, I think you need to moderate that behavior slightly and get control of maybe you could read a Dr. Seuss book. Oh, it hasn't been written yet. Oh, damn it. No, I don't think so. I don't think, number one, it's effective. Number two, I don't think it's a reasonable expectation. I really don't. I don't think too many people can do the thing of caring and articulating. If they can be polite, they probably don't give a shit. And they're probably just using the issue to advance themselves. They're being a politician, in other words. They're just trying to push a bandwagon and get it rolling, so they can get graft off of its movement. If somebody gives a damn, all right, you're going to tell they give a damn. And it's not academic. It's not just some theoretical bullshit. No, it actually has meaning and substance. The fact is that what the human race does in the next 10 years, next 5 minutes maybe, is going to implicate millions of people's welfares. There's not nothing at stake in philosophical conversation. There's huge fucking stakes. And so anybody who can't get a little emotional about that isn't worth your time, in my opinion. Then on the other side of that is that I am an individual. I'm an individual psychology. And I have my own frailties. I have my own burdens that I've had to carry throughout my life. And sometimes I would like to be more disciplined. I'd like to be more separate from that, where I would be untouchable, where I would be more Vulcan-like. I mean, I could have responded to Professor Anton's insult by just saying, well, Professor, maybe that's a good subject for us to talk about. I mean, you constantly bring up this word religion as if you have a standard definition of it, and you apply it to people with this kind of reckless abandon. Do you really understand what makes a religion? I mean, it really does need the constituents of dogma, doesn't it, Professor? So will you point out my dogma, please? Yeah, I could have approached it that way. I prefer that would probably be preferable. But the truth is, I'm a human being, and I get sick of things. You know, like if I got a thorn in my foot, I can walk on it for a while. But, you know, maybe after a mile or so, it's going to drive me crazy enough where I got to do something about it. And likewise, you know, I'll take bullshit from people, and I'll take bullshit, and there's a point where, no, I'm not going to take bullshit anymore. That's done. And that's just the way it works. Hey, how you doing? Hey, pup, new dog, huh?
Yeah.
They wear out. Oh!
Did it get you?
No, I'm
Did
okay.
He get you?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Boy, I didn't expect that. Yeah, my other dog lasted until he was 18.
Yeah,
So,
he hung in there.
Boy, I tell you.
Well, it looks like you got another fighter anyway.
Yeah, boy, oh, boy.
Yeah. They both hate me. That's kind of funny. Yeah, the guy's other dog was one of them little dogs, and he hated my fucking guts. I mean, you know, he'd bark like I'd be a half mile away, and he'd smell me, and he'd start barking. It was kind of funny. Most dogs love me. Most animals love me. They come up to me from the woods. They do. They'll sit on my shoulder and tweet and such. They usually have a problem. You know, usually they are just using me like, nah, my wife is driving me crazy. That fucking bitch. I just want to smash her with a fucking tree limb. And, you know, I have to explain to them, you know, you can't do that. It's bullshit. But anyway, yeah, so that's part of this whole thing. Is, look, I know psychology, okay? I mean, all you fuckers, I've read a ton of psychology books, all right? And the fact is, it doesn't matter. I'm still here, alive. I'm a human being. And the fact that I understand I'm being psychological has nothing to do with the philosophical integrity of the words coming out of my mouth. The words are composed by a different part of me than the angry part, you stupid shitheads. I mean, you really have to be able to figure that out. Well, you do know it. I mean, like I said, this is just used for convenience. These little pussies, and that's what you are, you're all little pussies, can't make a credible argument. So all they can do is attack the hair, or attack the demeanor, attack the personality, attack the messenger. And that's all they're doing it for, is a convenient scapegoat. Worse, it's a convenient escape ladder. So they just ride that to freedom so they don't get humiliated in a real argument. And that's all that's happening here. 90% of the utterances out of my mouth are not laced with emotion, are not insufferably inconsumable, you know. So this is just all hype or bullshit. It's all just a mask, a distraction, a smoke screen. Yeah, it's a cheap out. All right. So I don't know if I have to say much more, actually. I mean, there's probably some other angle to approach that at, but yeah, there's more than one part to that, you know. Again, I could be somebody else. I could refine and change my personality. But wouldn't that make me a politician then? Wouldn't that make me like all the rest of these people that just kind of cheat the reality with this dishonesty? I mean, that's sort of what I've loved about YouTube. It's the fact that I've been able to get on this medium and fuck it, and basically say, this is who I am, this is what I believe, this is how I think, this is how I talk, this is how I live, this is how I look. And I haven't given a shit about modifying any of it to suit anybody. And I like that freedom. And you should respect that freedom. You should appreciate that that should be something you value in the medium. And instead, what are you doing? You little trolly, shit-talking pukewads. What are you doing? That's right, you're discouraging it. Because that's all you're good for. All you're good for is trying to shut people up and shut people down. And then you'll talk about how others are a blight, how others are useless, while you type your useless comments. I mean, could there be something more useless than some asshole who types you're useless? Fuck. You know, especially without an argument attached to it. Just a stream of ad hominem attacks about how you just do ad hominem attacks. I mean, can we get more preposterous? Yeah, don't prove anything, don't argue anything. Just argue the arguer. Don't argue the argument. Yeah. So, and you know, and it's all this little stuff. I mean, you can't even use humor in videos. You can't, you know, because they'll use that against you. So it's another thing, discouraged. Highly discouraged. Because these assholes will never get a joke. You almost can't use a metaphor because they'll miss those too. But, you know, in the argument with Professor Anton, you know, I said, oh yeah, I'm great. It's the rest of you people that suck. And of course it's kind of a joke. It's, you know, hand, cheek, and tongue kind of thing. And, yeah, smart people get it. I mean, there's a gigantic, huge grain of truth in it. Like a 5,000-pound grain of truth. Yeah, the fact is, if the world was all Garys, there'd be no cheaters, there'd be no liars. There'd be no people who wish to escape their fair contribution. That's right. No schemers, no wheeler dealers, no bullshit. And so, yeah, it'd be a wonderful life. As wonderful as life can be, anyway. But anyway. So where else do I want to go with this? Yeah, but yeah, this is kind of the joke of the whole thing. Is you have these people that do just this cheap ridicule. And the funny thing is they'll have stupid names like, you know, Jack Asswipe. And you're just like, oh, you know, Jack Asswipe thinks I'm a jerk. Does that mean something? No, I guess it probably doesn't. You know, I mean, what a waste of time. I mean, we really should be able to clean up all that slop. You know, it is a sad truth that if Einstein had a YouTube account and typed comments, you wouldn't be able to tell his from one of these 13-year-old, you know, jerkwads. And, you know, that's a brokenness in my opinion. Because we should be able to tell the real substantive, you know, people who have some sort of editorial competence and merit from these little trolley douchebags who just say shit like lame. I mean, even that Das Boot guy typed some comment about the debate, called it lame or something. This is a jerk-off who sits there and deletes all of his videos. I mean, come on. You know, makes 17-hour videos saying absolutely nothing. But that's the joke of YouTube. That any asshole, there's no context. I mean, you just don't see, when you see the name Das Boot, you don't see silly guy who just babbles incoherently for endless hours. You know, there's no description of the turd who made the comment. You know, and it would be nice if there was that description, or at least it was accessible. So I got a little time left, so I'll talk about the, you know, there's some new YouTube feature where they get these lists of whatever 5 qualities of a video. And okay, the first one is comedy, or funny, yeah, funny. So that's a good label, fine, cool. I mean, it'd be good to augment tags with real words that mean something. But the rest of the tags are all stupid. I mean, they have quality and what's the other one? Classic. I mean, those two are going to fuck people up. There's usually, quality is classic and classic is quality. And then ouch, I don't even know what does that mean? Like it sucks so bad it hurt? Or it made me sad? I'm always, that doesn't even, who the hell's going to be able to define what the fuck that means? I mean, it just amazes me that they're going to bother putting a new feature on, and somebody couldn't take at least 2 people couldn't argue back and forth about what these words should be. It's like they just went up to some 10-year-old and said, what are 5 cool words? I mean, where do they get such stupid qualifying words? They're stupid. How the fuck does anybody know what ouch means? Fuck. Even classic, like I said, these are just stupid words. They should have used intelligent, funny. Okay, those are good ones. Important. That might be a good one. Yeah, they could have even thrown in another one redundant, but educational. Great. Or they could have said satire even, just so you could point out when somebody's video was complete satire. Good satire, or something like that. Whatever. So, totally fail, YouTube. I think you're going to have to fix that one. Go back to that old drawing board. And, yeah, go find a dictionary and find some better words, huh? Wikipedia or something. You probably own some of that. Anyway, till next time. Fucking idiots. And I probably meant you. Probably did, the odds are. Yeah, probably true. Sad but true. The average viewer is probably an asshole. Damn it. See, that depresses me, so now my personality is depressed. So, yeah, I'm human. Yeah, newsflash. Till next time. And such and so forth and whatnot. Bibble babble dee boo. Yeah.